welcome to the FutureDDS Dental School Experience Series, where we help you decide which dental school is right for you. Every school offers a unique and very different experience, and who better to explain that experience than a student who goes there? Our goal is to give you a first-hand perspective of every dental school program across America and ultimately help you make the best decision. Today, we will be showcasing Mr. Anthony Space. He's a D3 student at University of Missouri, Kansas City School of Dentistry. How you doing today?
How you doing? I'm doing good. Good. How about you?
Man, just making it through these finals, but we're gonna get there.
That's what's up.
So I guess if you could, just introduce yourself again. Tell us a little bit about where you went to undergrad, if you did a master's program, where you did that, as well as what kind of got you interested in dentistry.
All right, cool. So what's up, everybody? My name's Anthony Spates. I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. I went to University of Missouri in Columbia. I ended up actually coming to college thinking I was going to med school and decided to change my path my sophomore year. That's where I met my mentor back at home, and he basically introduced me to the world of oral surgery. I was like, there's different routes, great work balance and family balance. And so it was a big thing that I love. I love family, so I chose that route instead of med school. I hate being on call a lot, even though oral surgery is going to be on call for a little bit, but ain't your whole life on call, I guess. Right. But that was my determining point my sophomore year, and I got more involved in like the dental community, and I went on to go here to UMKC in Kansas City, Missouri. Ever since then, haven't looked back. Loving it.
Man, there we go. It's awesome. So I guess if you could just give us a little bit more background about UMKC, exactly. I guess it's in Kansas City. I guess for everybody who doesn't know. But just, if you could give us a little bit more background about how the city is, what it's kind of close to, as well as the class size composition, stuff like that.
Gotcha. So University of Missouri, Kansas City. It's in Kansas City, Missouri, not the Kansas side. Please don't say that. There's nothing on that side. It's completely dead. But the city over here on the Missouri side, it's still growing. It's a growing city. I would compare it to, if you've ever been to, I guess, a little small baby Atlanta, okay, or a growing Memphis, or something like that. Not really much, but it's still like stuff to do on your break time. Dental school don't have many breaks in dental school, but when you do, there's stuff to do here. It's a great city. The class sizes here usually average around 100 to 110 students overall. They're kind of diverse. I think my class, upper class, we lacked a little bit of diversity, but the upcoming classes, they have a strong core of diversity. It's pretty great to see.
Gotcha.
I know the incoming class is almost 20 students from diverse backgrounds, and that's pretty large here. I think we ever seen. I think our class has like 7, so that's a pretty big jump, which is awesome to see.
Yep.
But the city life, there's great living. Some people love living on the outskirts here, more family oriented. There's suburban neighborhoods around here, or you can live downtown, which is also awesome. There's like workout spots everywhere here too. So if you're a workout person, it's a great place for you. Great place to study. Everything's great.
Got you. So I guess, when you were choosing your schools to apply to and all, what were some of the factors that you were looking at that helped you put your list of schools to apply to together? And then, again, like what were some of those things that were top factors that helped you narrow that list down and ultimately choose the school you decided on?
So I don't know if anybody else is like me, but if you're able to apply to a lot of schools financially, I'll say do it. I think when I was applying to schools, I was like, I'm applying anywhere I can to get in anywhere. So I at least applied to, I think, 6 schools, and I got into them all. But my biggest factor was I listed the long-term debt I'll be in from each school. I listed the living there, cost of living. Mm-hmm. Then I also added in distance travel for me to my family, because I'm from Tennessee. It's a 7-hour drive here to go back home. Right. I like it being far away where I can get popped up on, or I can just go home whenever I want to, basically. Another thing that I was looking into was, like, if I have anything there, what can benefit me for my career path. I want to do oral surgery, so that was a big thing. So I looked at the oral surgery programs at each school, and also have friends at the school already and see what they can tell me about the school. And so with UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City, I narrowed down to them because their University of Missouri is like right down the road, 2 hours away. And so I had a lot of friends who went to undergrad. They were in the class already above me. And so they told me about the school, got me introduced to people. My mentor ended up being good friends with some of the doctors in the oral surgery department here. And so it was like kind of like, all right, well, that'd be good to meet them, talk to them, learn more. So it kind of pushed me more to come here right there off the bat. I think the second place I was really stuck between was here and Louisville. Louisville was a great campus. It was beautiful. I loved it. Loved everybody there. I think with that place, I think with UMKC, they have this thing where they waive out-of-state tuition for their students, especially student minorities there too. So that one's like a no-brainer for me. I mean, cut my debt like basically in half. And I was like, I can't say no to that. That's perfect. They'll help me out in the long run, especially if I want to ever pursue a residency program. They'll help me out way more. So that definitely sold me on coming here.
Man, awesome. Makes sense. Definitely.
Yeah. Can't say no to that.
Yeah, definitely. So, we're going to stay back to like when you were applying to schools and all. If you could think about when you actually got your interview, showed up to campus and all, can you walk us through what that day was like, the best you can? I know it's been a couple years now, but, I guess like what the interview schedule day is like in the process.
Gotcha. So also want to get this advice out. Always go a day early and just walk around the campus and just see where it is, what room to go to, what building to go to. Don't be that person trying to figure it out that morning because you might be late. You don't want to be late. So what I did was every place I went to, I always arrived a day early, walked around campus, see how campus life was, how the city was. Then my next step, walking in the door, I was told by my mentor and friends that, hey, as soon as you walk through the doors, the interview starts. Like they're looking at you as soon as you walk in. You might not even know it. You might even think it. One of the front desk probably is seeing how you react, your body language or something like that. Just always be ready. See, my biggest thing, I mentor kids too on the side, like back at home. And I tell them, always be confident, not cocky. There's a big difference. It's a thin line, but it's like hard to tread on.
Right.
But being confident, it can make a difference instead of being cocky, I don't know if that makes sense for people, but like just be confident when you come in the room. When you go in there, just smile, wave, be social. I had butterflies for sure.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I nervous. I think my first interview, I was so nervous, but as the day went on, it got easier. I was lucky my first interview, my rotation for the interview day, they put you on a set schedule where, say you walk in, everybody sits in a room, probably like 30 minutes, eat breakfast, talk, socialize. They'll talk about the school for a little bit. And some people might just go around and walk around, get a tour, while the other half gets to go and interview process. They get interviewed. So my first interview, I actually got interviewed in the first part of it. And so it ended up being really chill. They asked me about, life and anything like my resume that could be concerning. I'm not afraid to say, I think my first year coming to college, I made a C, and they asked about how it was in was it general chemistry?
Yeah.
I just hated chemistry coming to college. And also freshman coming to college, I was probably out partying. I shouldn't have been, and I didn't study that much. I thought, oh, it's college, easy. It happens to all of us. Don't make the mistake, but. And so that happened, and what ended up, they asked me like, well, what did you do to make changes? Well, you see over the years, I ended up getting like a B in general chemistry too, and then went on to make like A's in like organic chemistry, biochemistry. What I did was I told them like how I was able to get tutors or go to like help sessions or go to office hours. They love seeing like improvements, like steady tracks, like improving yourself and your studies. And then actually that same interview, I think it was at Kentucky, one of my first interviews. On my resume, if you speak any different languages, put it on there. If you're fluent in it, definitely put it on there. Don't say you can do it because you took like 2 semesters in college. If you can fluently speak it, please put it on there. Because in my interview, I had on my list I can speak Spanish. I can. And it just so happened the guy in there was like, I don't know where he was from, but he was fluent in Spanish. So some part of my interview was in Spanish.
Cool.
Mind you not, if you can't speak Spanish or say you put in your CV that you can speak a different language and they test you on it, you better be able to speak it.
Oh yeah.
So I got lucky that I was able to speak it, but just advice to anybody who does that, who do that. And so coming out that day, after the interview, I was like, well, shoot, I just did half an interview in Spanish, so I can do anything right now. I hope I said everything correct.
Yeah.
After that, I went on my tour. They kind of milk you with like, let you walk around with the students, and also don't think just because you're walking around with the students you can like say anything. I mean, there's moments where you might feel comfortable to say stuff, but you know, you're on the interview process. Don't get too comfortable around everybody, you know. And so basically that's how it goes. You come back in the room, they give you more stuff about the school, try to sell you on how great the school is, and it goes on from there. And then after that, you just go home and just pray that you get a phone call or
Then everything's up in the air after that, right?
that day. But don't worry about it. Don't stress. It's in God's hands. Just keep pushing.
Yup.
Right.
So now you finally got your acceptance, you know, and you return back to campus to start your actual dental school career. How was it those first few months transitioning into school? You know, going through orientation, actually starting your actual dental school curriculum.
Okay. So for me, it was a little different. I think my first semester here, I'm like the youngest probably child of my family. The whole family's like grandparents, everything. So I actually ended up losing my grandfather my first year, that first semester. So it's kind of rough on me a little bit. I was constantly traveling from Kansas City to Tennessee, back and forth. And so trying to balance out school and that for me was been different. It was kind of hard, but I feel like if I didn't have any tragedies or anything like that, I feel like for a normal student, their first year, they'll be fine. Curriculum is pretty straightforward, I felt like here. And the lab work was all you're doing is just waxing teeth. I know I say it now, but I'm pretty sure if I try to do one now, I'd probably be horrible. The first year, I probably could wax one out in like 5 minutes. Now, I probably take like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's all like, it might feel tedious because I know the classes are like probably from like 8 to 5, and you like feel like you're in there forever. In our school, we have no windows. And so the only sign you get when you walk outside is like, dang, it's already dark outside.
And you locked in.
World. And so that's like the biggest thing I think that was a transition for me, just not seeing sunlight. And then like some days, if I get my lunch, I'm just in the room, just starving.
Yeah.
Trying to pay attention to a lecture that's like about the bonding between like enamel and like composite. And like, it's like stuff is like, man, it's not gonna stick to me right now.
Yeah.
But that's how the first year was. But over the years, it gets better because you start doing more lab work. And so you kind of see like why you're really doing it. And when you get in clinic, it's like, oh, everything starts clicking. Like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I see why I have to learn that.
Yep.
I see why that bonds. And so when we're able to see and put it to work, it's amazing, you know, especially when you get to like give like a patient a brand new smile, make them feel great or take them out of pain. It just feels great to see that smile on their face. So it all works out.
So how are the classes set up for like a first year student? Do you guys have like block style classes? And do you guys start lab? You say you guys start lab first year, like I guess pre-clin or preclinical labs and stuff like that? Okay.
So first year here, they have like preclinical lab. So I think first year they have occlusion, operative, and I think now they have removable. And so you have like blocks kind of, but like you have 5 core classes. Then you have 3 labs and then like a rotation. And so here at the school, some kids probably didn't have their rotation schedule until like second semester. So they're free for a whole block for the whole semester, which is awesome. You either go home and sleep or you can go study. Yep. I advise you to go study because you use time wisely here. But it was pretty chill. Just like an hour each class, you know, you're just going to be in that room. Or some classes might be like 2 credit hours or 3. So you might be in there for 3 hours a day. Like, but I mean, you're all going through it and you're all in there with 100 people. I think our class doesn't have attendance. Some classes do have attendance. I'm not preaching that you skip classes. I don't advise that at all. Right. But I think our school is more so we base off attendance, so you have to be there no matter what. So it kind of stinks, but it's very helpful. You get to learn a lot. You know, nothing wrong with learning, I guess.
Yeah, definitely not. So I guess how is the progression going from first year being in pre-clin, actually getting into actual patient clinic? So do you guys do like progressively do more clinic work? Do you guys start to do like assist starting second year? How's that kind of progression?
So here at UMKC, they throw you right in the fire your first semester. Okay. So you get the assist in oral surgery, pedo. You also get to go to the clinic floor and assist a fourth year or third year.
Right.
And then as the year goes on, your second year, you're able to actually do operative experience where you get to drill on some fourth year or third year patients.
Wow.
And so that's also pretty cool. And also another program we have here is like our pilot program for removable. They pick like a select few students and they pair them together and they have to share a case where they give dentures to a patient. I think the first year they did like 5, I think 6, and now it's like up to like almost 30.
Wow.
So I think they're trying to keep increasing it and give like more your foot in the door in the clinic, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then third year, your summer going to your third year, that's when you're like straight in the clinic because the fourth year's about to leave. They need you to be in there. And then like third year's turning to fourth year. So you're in there doing a lot of work in oral surgery, early departments. It's pretty cool though. Got you.
So, say I'm a pre-dent looking at specifically at UMKC. What are some things that you think I should, I guess, focus on now that will help me, getting into school as well as being successful once I do make it there, so I'm not necessarily feeling like I'm drowning and can kind of thrive once I do get there.
Gotcha. So with UMKC, they're really big on your extracurricular activities. So they're big on your volunteer work, your any research opportunities. I think UMKC is really big on research. You don't have to have research, but they like it. They do a lot of research here. Another thing that they love is your commitment to like volunteering or shadowing. They don't want to see you just poke around. All I did is for 2 months. Oh, I was only here for a week.
Right.
They want to see you actually committed to something for a long term. They actually see you like actually put your foot in the door, so you want to do this. They also want to see a variety of things, not just general dentistry. Another thing that I noticed, like some classmates and other kids I know, when I help them get ready for their interview process, they just come in and say, "Oh, I just want to do like oral surgery. I just do like perio." Like I wouldn't come in saying that, like, 'cause you don't know what you want to do. You don't have seen it, you haven't experienced it yet. Just say, I just want to. I got like they want to see that you had a wide variety of shadowing opportunities, different areas. That way, you're still trying to learn. You're not just trying to focus on doing one thing. And so they can just mold you and help you go to where you want to go. Not just like off the rap, I'm coming to be oral surgeon, nothing else, nothing more. So you gotta just watch that. What else? Let me see. So another thing I would tell about UMKC for a pre-demo student is just I would come to the campus more, get like, if you're close enough or able to visit the campus, they love showing the campus off. They love kids coming here and like shadowing the clinic. The more they see your face, they kind of get familiar with you here.
Right.
And so, especially when you assist like on the clinic floor, because some of our teachers on the clinic floor, I think, are part of the mission committee. So when they see you, they kind of recognize you. So it's kind of like a great tip to help you out to get in. And another thing is when you come here, just ask the students, about different things. I know like I can answer more of the guy questions, but I mean I know some of the females how to answer like safe areas to live and whatnot. I mean, but they want to see that you have like interest, like really in coming to school too. Like you really invested, you put time in. Another big thing that I noticed when I was like on some committees, don't come in like here thinking that like, let me see how best way to say it. Just ask like blatant questions are on the website, know? Like you can ask about them, be like, so I'm the president of like SNDA here. And so would you have any minority clubs? I mean, if you go to the website, you can see them. I'll ask someone like, so how soon can like, when I become a D1, can I join the club and volunteer? Ask questions like that. That make you seem like, okay, well, this kid's really invested in volunteering. This kid really wants to get involved. That's like, that just looks great. Better than you just like asking questions. You just go to a website and check out,
It seems like you do a little bit more your own research type.
Yeah. And so like you're really invested and committed to the program.
Gotcha.
This is no.
Just speaking on like picking up different things with the organization and, having classes and labs and all that. It seems like you guys get thrown into the mix pretty quickly. How do you handle, the mental health aspect or like your work-life balance? How do you kind of help work with that? I'm sure nobody has a perfect, of course, especially not first year. Like first year is like a gauntlet.
First year is a gauntlet. So my first year, like I traveled home back and forth though, but I found time to work out. You gotta take care of yourself first. Mental health is very important. You can't be stressed out. If you're stressed out, you should go through a hole and just keep plummeting down. You need, work out. Any stress reliever or hobby you have, just work out and try to, relieve some stress. In my downtime from studying, I'll either work out or just watch Martin episodes.
Yeah.
Just chill and just lay there and just no care in the world. I probably look at my phone. I was like, bro, I just need some me time. Like, it's all you need, At our school, they really don't allow first or second years to get a job here either. So they don't recommend it because it's kind of hard with the workload. I know like third or fourth years, some third or fourth years here, they have like side jobs at gyms or bars on weekends. So it is possible. I mean, there's some kids in our class that were hygienists before they came here. So they decided to like work at a dental office on Saturdays as a hygienist or assistant to make extra money. So there's different ways. I just think your first 2 years, it's not best to get a job, but more so, let's work at the library on campus because you can knock out 2 birds, 1 stone, work and get paid and also study at the same time. And just find time for yourself really. When you have free time, you either spend it by sleeping or go working out.
Yeah.
Just doing your favorite hobbies to do. Play ball, whatever you want to do.
Got you. And you feel like, I guess, it's kind of helpful having like a rotational system at the school that helps you kind of with the work-life balance too. You say you get like a block off if you don't have rotations. Like, does the school kind of have, I guess, a counselor or maybe some faculty members that'll kind of look out for you if you feel like you're down? Or?
Yeah, so we have a counselor here. His name's Scott. He's really cool.
Okay.
He definitely helps out. I know my first year here, I went through a lot, and me as a person, I don't really like express what's going on in my life. To myself, I go through it, take the chin, I'm cool with it. But there's some times where I guess I have friends in my class who like kind of knows like I was acting different, so they reach out, help me out, talk to me. Mentors at the school that I gained here were awesome. Just they see you every day. They know how you react on your good days and your bad days. And so like, take for example, this past month, a student in one of our classes, I guess, was making a weird face. Wasn't like she was okay. So our teacher emailed her and asked her, "Is everything fine?" So like, our teachers care here. They always look out, make sure you're okay.
That's awesome.
And so that happened to me my first year. I had a teacher reach out to me in the hallway, and we just talked. And ever since then, he was my mentor, and it's like a family here. So it's awesome.
Man, that's awesome. So I guess we're gonna wrap up here soon. What are some I guess some major things, things you could have maybe spoken already, but what are some things that you feel like have made your experience at UMKC unique and that you wouldn't really want to change about your dental school experience so far?
What made my experience here unique is the friendships I made here. It sounds corny, but like, tell you the truth, like I have probably met so many people from my class, upper class, from different areas, and we just met and just came one big melting pot.
Gotcha.
It's a pretty awesome thing, especially with this club, SDA. We have a very diverse club, and like people from Kuwait or people from like different religions, different backgrounds. It's just awesome to see us all come together and just friends, especially with faculty. Faculty definitely, they go the extra mile for their students, especially my team, to help us out and make sure we're learning, make sure we have any questions. They help us out as much as they can. What was unique to me was doing a cake where this woman hasn't really smelled that much over the years, because she had like a stain on the front, like number 8, this front tooth right here. And she was embarrassed to smile, never smiled that much. And I was able to put a composite veneer on it.
Man.
And it just lit her up. She loved it. And seeing her like smile and like tears of joy, like made me like, all right, yeah, this is why I love doing what I'm doing. And it's just awesome to see that. And it just reinforces why we're here all the time. And I just love it.
Man, awesome. So last question. Let's say I'm a pre-dent right now, not necessarily looking at UMKC, but just, maybe lost in my journey, getting into dental school, anything. What are some last words of advice that you would like to give to our viewers who, I'm sure pretty much are a lot of pre-dents out there looking at schools to apply to and going through that application journey?
So I would say, like I said earlier, do your research on these schools, you know, shadow and volunteer in the field of dentistry, different areas that will help you out, you know, see if you really want to do it
Mhm.
and make that career choice. Once you see if you want that career choice, again, do your research on different schools, what you want to go to, what programs they have that you're really interested in. Then from there, the application process, study hard for your DAT. You know, there's different programs. I focus on Kaplan and what else was another one? Crack the DAT.
Cracked that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I looked at YouTube videos on the PAT portion of it, and that helped me out a lot. I scored really high on that part, and then like really stood out for me. Another thing I did was, since I was low on my general chemistry part, I focused on that on my studies a lot during that to show that I can do general chemistry,
Mhm.
and it ended up like being one of my high scores too for the DAT. So after you take the DAT, say you do great, you will do great, you know. And
Yeah.
so you get the application process, you go to school. Just remember, you got the interview because they're interested in you. Just don't think, oh, they just picked me just to fill a spot. No, they picked you because they're interested in you. They think you can do it. Now they're trying to see how you act in person, and all
Mhm.
these words you have on paper can come to life. So that's why I say be confident going in, because they see how you are. They just want to see it just manifest out during the interview process. So like I said, don't be cocky, but be confident. You're there for a reason. You can push and just go through the interview. You'll be fine. Um, Another thing I like to say is don't get discouraged if you don't get in your first time. You know, keep pushing and keep going forward. You'll be
Right.
fine. Um, it's a it's a it's a long road, but once you get on the road and get them moving, it goes by like clockwork. Like
Yeah.
it's my third year now. I felt like yesterday I was in my orientation for the school here.
Mhm.
That's my biggest thing. Just there'll be hard times during the process, but once you start on it, just don't look back. Just keep pushing. And like I said,
Okay.
through process, be confident. You got there for questions about school, and you'll be fine.
Man, all right, there we go, man. Anthony, thank you again for taking some time out to speak with us. Great advice for all the pre-nets out there, especially those looking at UMKC. If anybody has any more questions for you about your journey, about your school, just in general, how could they get in touch with you? What would be the best way?
So you can either follow me on Instagram at Anthony Spates. That's at ANTHONYSPATES, or just follow me on, or just send me a request or send me a message on Facebook, and I'll just definitely get back to you quick as possible. Also, just look at my information. I'm pretty sure it'll be attached to this video.
There we go. There we go. Yep. We'll make sure we put that your Instagram and your name down in the description so everybody can get in touch with you if they need to. But again, thank you on behalf of FutureDDS as well as all the subscribers and our viewers for taking some time out and give us that great insight on your school and your dental school journey so far, man. Wish you the best of luck
No problem.
finishing up in clinic, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck on those tests, bro.
Hey, man, thank you. Thank you. Again, if you're watching out there, if you haven't already, hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever we post up new content. And stay tuned. Make sure you tap into all of the videos that we're doing. We're doing all 66 schools across America to help you make the best decision on which dental school is going to be right for you. All right, now.
Awesome. See you, bro.